the fragrance of old memories. It was a misty monsoon afternoon when Zian landed at Lahore airport. The gentle drizzle and the earthy scent in the air took him back to the streets of his past. The sky was draped in clouds as if eager to tell an untold story. Zian wasn't looking at the blue sky. His eyes were searching for that city where he had lived through the most beautiful and complicated moments of his life. 5 years ago, he had left for New York in search of dreams. But there was one name in his heart that never faded: Iman. As he stepped outside with his bag in hand, his heart pounded. Returning after 5 long years was no easy thing. Everything had changed, yet some memories were still alive deep in his heart. Zian walked toward the old mansion where his grandmother still lived. She stood at the door, holding a piece of freshly baked bread in her hand. There were tears in her eyes, but love sparkled in her smile. "Come in, my son. You've grown so much, but I can still see the same childhood love on your face." Zian hugged his grandmother tightly and made a silent promise to himself. This time, he hadn't just returned to Lahore. He had come back to reclaim his love. The image of their college library still lived clearly in his mind. Iman had been sitting in a corner, notebook in hand, lost in thought. Zian had first met her when his book accidentally bumped into hers. Iman smiled and said, "Sometimes stories collide, and then they begin together." From that moment, a spark of hope had ignited in Zian's heart. But life took an unexpected turn. Iman suddenly disappeared, and no goodbye, no explanation. A hollow emptiness grew in Zian's heart. Each day felt like a song of separation. He longed to find her again, but there was no trace, no path, no clue. 5 years later, as Zian walked back into Lahore, he found a letter hidden inside an old book, in Iman's familiar handwriting. Some stories are written without words, and some hide deep within the heart. His heart whispered, "This story isn't over yet. In fact, it's just begun." That night, sitting beside his grandmother, Zian said, "I will find Iman, no matter how far I have to go." His grandmother smiled and replied, "If destiny wills it, even time will pave the way." Zian made a promise in his heart. He would bring his love back. When Zian had arrived in New York, the city's bright lights had left him in awe. Towering skyscrapers, glittering roads, and the bustle of endless people. But in his heart there was an emptiness and the absence of Iman. Every evening he would sit on his rooftop, watching the city below, but his heart was elsewhere. He longed to see Iman once again, to see her smile, to complete their unfinished story. One day, while going through his old belongings, Zian found a photo album filled with pictures of Iman. Each photo captured a moment, a memory that touched his soul. As he stared at those pictures, unspoken words echoed in his mind. The day they first met, the laughter that never ended, and the promises they never said out loud. Zian thought to himself, "Love is not just a game of words. It is the language of the heart." He remembered every moment with Iman, no matter how small. The evenings when they would sit under the moon, the incomplete conversations that were filled with meaning. Zian felt there was a secret in Iman's life, something that had pulled her away. He tried everything. He met old friends, visited the places Iman used to go, but nothing. No answers. Each day brought new questions, yet hope never let go of him. Zian made a silent vow to himself, "I will find her no matter how long it takes." He told his friends, I won't let go of this. This story will be completed. At night, when the city lights dimmed, Zian would wander the lonely streets of New York, with Iman's memories as his only companion. His heart struggled between the pain of separation and the hope of love. One day, Zian made a firm decision. He would go back to Lahore, because something inside him whispered that Iman was still there. He knew the journey wouldn't be easy, but love had made him strong. When Zian returned to Lahore again, his heart was a blend of joy, anxiety, and hope. He wandered the streets where memories of him and Iman still lived. Every corner echoed with their laughter. The old cafes, parks, and college alleys made his heart swell with emotion. Zian began meeting Iman's old friends, hoping for a clue about where she might be. But they all said the same thing. Iman left the city suddenly, a campus without saying anything to anyone. Zian felt disappointed, but he didn't give up. His grandmother said to him, "Love is the name of patience, my child. Sometimes hearts need time to heal." Zian took her words to heart and decided he would wait, patiently, faithfully, for Iman's return. One day, while walking through the park, a small boy ran up to Zian, holding a letter in his hand. On the envelope it said, "For you, from Iman." Zian opened it. Inside, Iman had written the story of her sudden disappearance and the reason behind it. In the letter, Iman explained that family problems had forced her to leave without warning. She hadn't had a chance to say goodbye. She apologized and wrote that she was ready to return now. Zian felt peace in his heart. He realized that in love, distances may come, but hearts always remain connected. Zian and Iman forgave each other and gave their love a fresh beginning. Together they were now ready to walk a new path of life, hand in hand. Zian and Iman began dreaming of a future together. They knew life would bring challenges, but they would be each other's strength. Love had made them stronger, and they were ready for the new journey ahead. This isn't just a story of love. It's a story of patience, forgiveness, and hope. In the ups and downs of life, love always wins. You just have to believe with your heart.